Hey everybody! Justin Cena here. How's it going? This is going to be one of the best videos that you'll ever watch. This is my brand new up-to-date for 2021 Shopify dropshipping step-by-step tutorial. And I'm literally going to teach you everything that you need to know to jump right into Shopify dropshipping. Literally the goal, at the end of this video, you'll know everything you need step-by-step. You'll see it live right in front of you. You'll know everything you need to start your own store and jump right into this business. And you see the agenda on the screen. I'm going to explain just what dropshipping is, and then I'm going to show you over the shoulder. We'll build a new store. We'll talk about niches. We'll do some niche research. We'll build a store that doesn't even exist right now. We'll start from scratch, and you'll see it all live in this video. I'll even talk about dropshipping suppliers, and I'll even add product to my store. I'll show you the dropship supplier that I use. I'll add a product. I'll add a couple products, and you'll see the entire process start to finish. And at the end of this, you'll literally be able to jump right into Shopify dropshipping. All you need to do is just simply pay attention to this video. So what exactly is dropshipping with Shopify? And really, in my opinion, it's one of the best, if not the best, e-commerce business models of 2021. You get to start an entire business, a fully functional e-commerce business, without ever touching a product, right? That's simply unheard of. I mean, you could literally start an entire store and never touch a product. You could sell millions of dollars of product and you'll never deal with shipping. You'll never have upfront inventory. You'll never have product risk. That's what dropshipping allows you to do, right? It's one of the most popular business models online. It allows you to sell millions of different products, millions of dollars of product, and you never even need to touch the product. You don't need to worry about having a warehouse or a staff. You don't need to worry about having the best shipping rates or deals with FedEx and UPS. You don't need to deal with tracking numbers and storing all these products and keeping products in stock. None of that. Dropshipping is an incredibly simplified way to do e-commerce, and it's an incredibly powerful way as well. And talking about different ways, right? This is the old way, right? This is your traditional kind of retail store that goes online, right? They'll have a wholesale relationship with some product manufacturer, and they'll have to introduce a lot of risk into their business because they'll need to pay upfront for product, right? And if you're thinking about building an e-commerce store, maybe you thought that was the only way to go about it, right? Go ahead and find a wholesale distributor, pay upfront for product. You have to buy a minimum. Let's say you have to buy 1,000 pieces or 5,000 pieces of whatever you're selling, and basically have to have a lot of capital to get started, right? You need to buy all of that inventory. That's the quote-unquote old way, right? Paying upfront to get the inventory, not to mention having to store it somewhere, right? A lot of entrepreneurs would store it in their house or their garage, or they'd even have to rent out a warehouse, and then they'd also have to have a team to go and do the shipping, right? That's the old way, and we're never going to do that ever again. There's no point of doing this now that there's drop shipping, right? I couldn't really see any reason why you'd want to start a business and jump into doing things the old way when you can do things the drop shipping way. Right? The dropshipping way just makes a lot more sense for everyone involved, especially if you want to start your own business. If you're an entrepreneur, dropshipping was made exactly for you. So the process is very simple. You find a dropship supplier. Okay, this is a company that not only sources products for you, but does everything else along the way to fulfilling the product to the customer. So they source the product. They ship the product, meaning they package it nicely. They get a bubble mailer, right? They print the shipping label. They have great rates with shipping companies. They even provide the tracking information to the customer. So with drop shipping, your job is a lot simpler. You're simply going to find suppliers, right? You need to find a dropship supplier, and then you're simply going to add their products to your Shopify store. And I'm going to show you step by step. I'm even going to build a store live right in front of you. But all you need to do is find a dropship supplier, add their products to your store, make the sale, and there's literally nothing else that you can do. Right? I tell my students you could sit back, relax, have a beer. It doesn't matter, even if you wanted to do something, there's nothing you could do. You don't touch the products, you don't ship the products, you don't source the products, you don't weigh the package, you don't print the shipping label, you don't send the tracking number, you don't drop it off at the shipping facility. All of that is done automatically by your dropship supplier. Right? And there's no magic here. That's just what drop shipping is. It's the idea that other people have products, you're going to be the one that sells the product, They're going to produce, ship, fulfill. They're going to do all the hard work. All you need to do is make the sale. So this is the exact process. You can envision a customer visiting your store, right? And we're going to build a store live today, so you'll see exactly how this works. So a customer is going to come visit your store. They're going to say, oh, okay, I like these products. I'm going to order one, right? What happens when a customer orders a product? Well, they pay, right? That's not rocket science, right? That's not specific to drop shipping. That's just a transaction, right? Customer wants a product, they pay for it. Okay, what does that mean for you as a store owner? Well, we collect the profit, right? We just got paid. Okay, let's say, for example, we're selling a widget. Okay, it could be anything. How about it's a necklace. Okay, just making something up. We're selling a necklace, drop shipping. Okay, customer visits, say, oh, nice necklace. I'll buy it. They give us 20 bucks. Okay, we collect our profit, right? We got paid through our Shopify store. The money is now going into our bank account. Important thing to note, our job is done, right? There's nothing, we don't need to follow up to the customer. We don't need to copy and paste the information. We don't need to pick up the phone and call our drop shipping company. All of that happens automatically, right? Automatically. And that's really the beauty of this business. All you need to do is make the sale. You don't even talk to your drop ship supplier. Automatically, after the customer orders and pays, right, you collect your profit. Now the drop ship supplier steps in. And they do this automatically. Right, they're automatically going to receive the customer information, their shipping address. They're automatically going to receive the order information, right? What products did they order? Your job is done. The dropship supplier's job now starts. Right, and what they're going to do next, they're going to simply ship the product to the customer, and they're going to provide the tracking number via email on your behalf. Right, and this completes the transaction cycle. Right, now, if we didn't have dropshipping, our job would certainly not be done after we collect the profit, right? You would typically be thinking, if you have an e-commerce store, making the sale is only half the work. Then you have to get the product to the customer. Not with dropshipping. Your job is done as soon as you make the sale. The dropship company comes in, they automatically receive all the information. Let's say they order a necklace. Okay, they go to their warehouse, they take the necklace, they make sure it's in the right size. They go ahead and print the shipping label because they already have the customer's shipping information automatically. They package everything up. They put it in a bubble wrap. They put it in a box. You know, they tape it up, they print out a shipping label, they drop it off at the post office, and they then provide the tracking number to the customer, and it looks like it comes from us, so it's all nice and branded. The customer will never even know that a drop shipping supplier was involved. Everything is behind the scenes. It's just that we don't need to do any of the work. And that's why drop shipping is an incredible business model, right? It literally takes away all of the hard work. You're thinking, oh, I don't want to do e-commerce because I don't want to have product in my garage, or I don't have any capital. I can't invest in 500 pieces or minimum order or starting inventory, or I don't know how to do shipping labels, or I don't want to have boxes around, or things are too heavy for me to pick up. All those concerns are thrown out the window with dropshipping. You don't touch the product, period. All you do is make the sale. And again, I'm going to show you over the shoulder exactly each step in that process so you can replicate it yourself pretty much right after you watch this video. So with dropshipping, again, you're just simply selling someone else's product and allowing them to do all of the work getting it to the customer. That is what a dropship supplier does. That is their business model. Their business model is to take products, ship them to customers on your behalf. Right? And it happens all automatically when you pick the right dropship partner and when you make the correct integrations and setup with Shopify. And, you know, that's very easy. Again, we'll see all of that over the shoulder in this video. So let's take a look at a real life example of a Shopify dropshipping store. So here's a store called Watch Outfitters, and this was actually featured on Shopify.com as a little case study. And they do drop shipping of watches. I'm going to show you just how easy this business is, right? So we have all these different watches. Oh, they look so great, right? Nice prices, really cool, nice shiny imagery, cool watches. And watch this. If you go over here and right click and you click search Google for image, you're going to see exactly this, exactly where this product was sourced. And we can come over here and take a look at all the pages that include these images. See a bunch on Amazon, and then all of a sudden we see a very popular product research tool / dropshipping tool, Wish.com. And I really use this mostly for product research, just because Wish is not very good at shipping, but literally the exact same product, right? Take a look. It's got this little emblem over here and these kind of blue circles around, right? It's the exact same product, right? The exact same product, the exact same image. All they did was just crop out this part where it says winner on here, and they just called it skeleton, right? Very, very, very straightforward business model. You get a product from a dropship supplier, and I'm going to show you the exactly, the good ones to use. Stay away from Wish. This just happened to be the example. But we see this over here. We see all these pictures, right? The exact same thing. The exact same product. They're simply drop shipping it. So the process, right? You're a customer. You come to the site. You say, oh, this is a nice watch. $48. Okay. Whoa, it was $122, but it was crossed out. Okay. Guess I'm getting a good deal. Add to cart, buy it. Watch Outfitters gets paid $48 plus shipping, right? Automatically on the back end, they're going to come over here and say, okay, well, I got an order for a watch. It was silver. Now it's time to get my dropship supplier to do it. And if it's $20 on Wish, it's probably a lot cheaper with a good dropship supplier. Let's say it's $15, $10, right? You go ahead and have your dropship supplier automatically receive the order information and ship out this product to the customer. Okay, so we could just do the math. Even if we're just using Wish.com numbers, taking in 48, let's assume shipping is free, taking in 48 up front, right? We receive $48 up front. After we receive $48, we pay out $20 to get the product shipped to the customer. And this is a real life example. Again, this is not my store. This is one that was featured on Shopify.com in a little case study. You can go ahead and read about it. Just a simple drop shipping store for watches, right? Making over 100% margin over here. We got a $20 cost with a $28 profit. Okay, I mean, can't get any simpler than that. Can't get any simpler than that. And this is just watches, right? There are millions of different products, millions of different items, and tens of thousands of different niches that you could find. And just simply add dropshippers' products to your store, make the sale, and profit, right? You sell for 48, it costs you $20. That's just typical good business, right? You want to have nice margins, but the crazy part about this is that you don't pay for it up front. You are basically trading money. You receive 48, you pay out 20. Right? How many times would you like to do that without having to buy a product up front? Right? The correct answer is as many times as possible. Right? We're not having any upfront risk. We're simply acting as the middleman between the customer and the drop shipper. Again, our sole job, our sole requirement is to make the sale. We build a nice, trustworthy website. We're going to do that in just a couple minutes. We're going to add product to it. We're going to make the sale, and the dropship supplier is going to do everything else. Right? And you can go ahead and literally, you can take a look at this site, right click and go search Google for image, and you'll see exactly where these products were sourced. You could probably even find these on AliExpress. Okay, so this is a real life example and a pretty profitable one as well. Again, the number is $48 per sale, cost $20. This is the power of drop shipping, right? You could sell millions of products without ever touching them. Right? You want to build a watch store? Go for it. You could sell any type of product that your dropship supplier has access to. You'll never have to touch the product. You'll never have to worry about shipping. You'll never have to worry about packaging or tracking numbers, any of that stuff. That's the power of print on demand. So let me break it down for you in 4 simple steps. Really, I want to simplify this business so you could jump right into it ASAP. Okay, step 1, and we'll go over all these steps. Step 1, open a Shopify store and choose a dropship partner. Okay, no code or experience required. Doesn't matter if you've never opened a store before, if you've never even had a website before. Shopify makes it so easy. In fact, you'll see me build a store in 15, 20 minutes total. It's incredibly easy to do, and you'll end up with a really nice, fully functional, trustworthy store that's perfect for drop shipping. Step 2, add products to your store. Okay, any product your dropship partner has access to, you have. Right? So if your dropship partner has a 1 million product catalog, theoretically, you could have a 1 million product catalog as well. So what you want to do is search through their product catalog and add the products that you think you can sell to your store. And we'll talk about niches or general stores as we start the kind of step-by-step building later on in this video. Step 3, market and advertise your store. This is really your only job. You just need to make sales. Okay, promote your store to the perfect customers, make the sales, and that's all you need to do. There's no other work, because step 4 is collect your profits, sit back and relax. Once you make the sale, there's literally nothing for you to do. Your dropshipper does it all, and they do this all automatically. You don't need to email them. You don't need to pick up the phone. It just happens automatically. Once the order comes in, you collect your profit. The dropship supplier does everything else. Now let's talk about niche selection. And the niche is basically the subject of your store. And you could have a general store where you'd sell all different types of products to all different types of people. Or you could have a niche store where you'll focus on one specific subject. For example, a store just for dog lovers, or a store just for people that like playing golf, or a store for people that like scrapbooking. Right? You could have different types of niche stores. And this is the way that I do it. This is the way that I think everyone should do it. It just makes everything convert at a higher level. It lets you build a brand a little bit easier. It gets you a higher percentage of returning customers, since everything about your store is just that one specific niche. And it also makes advertising and marketing very easy. So how do we pick a niche? Well, there's really only two things that we need to think about here, and they're very, very straightforward. Number one is passion, and number two is size. Okay, number one, can't really show you, kind of just describe, right? You want to pick a niche that is universally passionate. For example, everyone loves their pets. Everyone loves their dog or their cat, right? A lot of people are passionate about their job or their religion or their hobbies or their activities or their family, right? You want to pick niches where people are super passionate about the subject. Now, are people passionate about going to the dentist? No. Are people passionate about getting their oil changed? No. Right? That's not to say that you couldn't build a store for car parts, or you couldn't build a store for people that are proud to be dentists, but you have to understand who your customers are, and you want to be selling them items and niches that they're super passionate about, right? What do people love, and what do you see on social media on a daily basis? What are people openly sharing consistently? And those are the types of niches that you want to focus on. Right? Number two is size, right? So let's say you have a great passion-based niche. And by the way, it's always great to pick something that you personally have a passion in, right? If you love cats, this is how I got started in the business. I really love cats. I started a cat store, right? If you really love tennis, start a tennis store. If you really like running, start a running store. If you really like quilting, start a quilting store, right? It's great to work with your own passion because you can kind of talk the talk, walk the walk. But what about size? Well, I'm going to show you, it's a totally free tool. It's called Audience Insights. It's part of your Facebook Ads Manager or your Business Manager account over at business.facebook.com. Totally free tool, and what it's going to allow you to do is basically prove out the size. And I'm just going to show you in the United States because I'm always going to start with the US and then scale out to other countries. But let's say you want to start a dog store and you think it's pretty passionate. You want to see how many people you might be able to reach. And over here it tells you 70 to 80 million people love dogs. And this is just on Facebook, just in the United States, right? And we typically want to see a couple million in size. So this one is obviously massive, right? And you can really just go into this tool and type in any niche that you're interested in. Here's 60 to 70 million people are into cats. Okay, how about something like tennis? Right, we could put in anything, any interest in here. We're going to see the numbers pop up based on, oh, this is actually different. See, I put in employers. I want to put in interests for tennis. Interest, sports, tennis, 25 million people just in the United States that we could reach that like tennis. And we can continue to go in here. We could even do something a little bit more specific. Let's say we wanted to do a dog breed. Right, we could see that there at 8 million. You could also browse the kind of pre-made interests here, sets of interests, but typically what I'll just do is search out the interest that I care about and come in and basically just want to see, make sure there's a couple million people at least. And really, if you're doing a niche like cats or baseball or pizza, right, something that is just universally beloved, you don't even need to do this, right? You just know there's going to be enough people. But if you really wanted to 100% make sure your niche was the right choice, you, number one, make sure that it is passionate, or the people inside are passionate about it. And number two, that there are at least a couple million. The more the better when you do this little search with Facebook Audience Insights. And for the purpose of today's webinar, this training, I'm going to build a cat store. I'm actually going to build, literally step-by-step, live in front of you, I'm going to build a new cat store, Shopify drop shipping, get some products in there. And the first step is literally what we just did here. Picking a niche that is definitely passionate, right? People are super passionate about cats, myself included. I share that passion, and I know that there are 60 to 70 million people every single month on Facebook that are into cats, meaning there's a massive upside for this business. And we don't need to complicate it any further, right? Niche selection is not rocket science. We're literally just checking off boxes here, making sure that when we go into Shopify setup and we integrate our drop shipping and we find drop ship products from our suppliers, we want to make sure that we're not wasting our time, right? We don't want to go into a niche where there's only 13 people in it, right? We want to find a huge niche, very passionate, and that's really all you need to do. So that's niche selection. And like I said, we're going to build a store directly targeted towards cat lovers with, of course, cat lover products inside. Now that we picked our niche, the next step is to build our Shopify dropshipping store. And literally step by step, I'm going to show you a brand new store. I'm going to build it right in front of you, and we're going to do it inside the cat niche. And we're going to focus on dropshipping. And the first thing that we need to do, of course, is sign up for Shopify. So you see this link on your screen over here. They finally thought I was important enough to get my own link. Shopify.com/Cener. It's just my last name, C-E-N-E-R. It's going to give you a 14-day free trial with Shopify. So you get 2 weeks before you'll even have to pay, as long as you use this link. And that's what we're going to do right now. Just bring this over right now. I got Shopify.com/CENER. And I'm going to come over here and literally just start my free trial right over here. See, Shopify trusted by over 1 million businesses. I mean, there's really no other option, in my opinion, besides Shopify, especially if you want to have all the integrations that make dropshipping so easily. So we'll come over here and we'll start our free trial. It's literally going to come over here and ask us to set a password and our store's name. And we could change this later on. We're going to call this Cat Dropshipping Webinar Store. And again, this really doesn't matter. No one's going to see that. We're going to change that and get a logo and all that great stuff. But we just need to have something in there. And it's literally building the store right now. And this is really an amazing and kind of underlooked part of, or underappreciated part of Shopify. You know, a couple years back, it would have taken months and months and months of time, tens of thousands of dollars to build an e-commerce store. And I'm really just putting in anything here. I don't think this even matters. We're just going to come over here and basically get in over here, and I'll pause this, enter in my information. And once you enter all your information, you get sent to your dashboard. And like I was saying, you know, literally would take tens of thousands of dollars to get an e-commerce developer to build your own e-commerce platform. We have a fully functional e-commerce site. It doesn't look pretty, but we have a fully functional e-commerce site. You see area for logo and main area, navigation, and of course the most important part, the shopping cart. We already have that ready to go. And it just took a couple seconds. That's the power of Shopify. And we're not going to need to look at any code. We're not going to need to hire a developer. We're not going to need to learn HTML or CSS or JavaScript or anything like that. We're going to be able to customize a theme all throughout this little online store theme section. And it's going to give us the ability to find different themes. We can go into the actual theme library and take a look at different themes and install them directly on our store. No code, no downloading anything. And the cool part is there's a lot of free themes here as well that we could take a look at. And some of the themes I like, Debut, which is the current theme. We're going to actually keep that and customize that one. I also like the minimal theme. I like the Brooklyn theme. These are nice Shopify kind of basic, trustworthy themes that you can kind of sell any type of product and you could do all your customization on. I'm going to be walking you through the process of working with and customizing the Debut theme. And we're going to be doing everything again in here, online store themes, and then we click on customize theme. And we're going to see a live preview of our exact site, right? Here is the Cat Dropshipping Webinar store. Everything is loaded here. We have some sample content that just got loaded in as well. And of course, we're going to go through everything and customize that. Never going to need to use any type of coder or developer. Never going to even need to look at HTML or any type of code at all. It all happens right through here. So we have the different sections over here. Then we also have theme settings where we're going to kind of have universal settings like colors. We're going to see that literally all of these things we could change in real time. You see I'm changing the color of the header text to red. And if I want it to be blue for some reason, it could be blue. We're going to, of course, replace this with a logo in a little bit. But you see links change colors, right? Everything changes color. Typically best practice to keep links and stuff like that black, text black, just so it's easy to read. Right, but there's going to be a lot of different customizations that we want to do, and we're not just going to do these blindly, right? We're not just going to guess at colors. We want to put together a brand that screams out to cat lovers, hey, you're in the right place, right? We want the look and feel to say, hey, you like cats, we like cats, take your wallet out, it's time to become a customer. And that's a really powerful psychology or a really powerful state of mind to put your customer in, and we could do that through picking smart options over here. And the whole idea here is that we want to pick a color scheme and a set of imagery and entire, you know, top to bottom look and feel. We want that to make sense for the cat niche. So in some niches, there are some definite right and wrong answers. For example, if we Google cows, right, there's really only a couple of colors that you should be picking for the cow niche, right? It's gonna be black, white, maybe green. Right, if you're picking tennis, right, you're gonna pick, you know, a tennis ball green type color or a dark green like the, you know, the kind of flooring or whatever. Right, and in some niches there are no right answers. And what I typically like to do is I'll just go and Google the niche. And I'll see kind of, are there any colors that kind of come up a lot? You see a lot of kind of tan, beige, gold, browns, right? That doesn't mean that's the only color that can work, right? There are cat stores out there, you know, some really big cat stores like Meowingtons, right? They have like a kind of pinkish color, right? Like a little orange pink color. And this is a big cat store out there that does Shopify drop shipping. Because you want to pick a color that makes sense for the niche, and then you want to implement it uniformly across the entire site. So again, we don't really have a required color here, because in this niche, we can kind of pick anything that we want. So just to make this training a bit smoother, I did get a few things beforehand. I got this logo designed. We'll call it Classy Feline. That's going to be the name of our store. And then I just got a couple of different banner images. I got these from unsplash.com. Totally free stock imagery to use. And I'm going to use these throughout the design. Again, these are just stock images with a purple kind of background on top of them. And here's the logo that I got produced. And this is just to kind of make everything go a little bit smoother. So we're going to come right over here and go to header. And we have this area, of course, where the logo can go. And you see right now it's just the text of our store, and it's obviously very ugly. What I'm going to do is I'm taking the file from my designer. I'm going to move it over here, and you're going to see the logo immediately gets placed in the top left section. I could change the width of it. You see that it literally updates in real time. I like typically go to 200 to 250 pixels in width to kind of see how it looks. Make it a little bit smaller over here. And again, you could just play with it. No code, right? Typically, you'd need to edit code to do all this, but you're doing this all in the visual editor here. Very, very simple. You have your main menu over here. We don't really have any other pages right now. We're just going to leave this as is. Eventually, you could have things like home, catalog, contact us, FAQs, bestseller, about us, all that great stuff. Most themes have an announcement bar. You'll see when I check this box, right? You see the big announcement bar comes up over here. And this gives us just a little ability to kind of have a little promotion over here. For example, we could say free shipping on all orders over $50. Right? You can put anything you want there. And we also have the ability to customize the color. Now, we have a logo designed in purple and pink. You can guess that our color scheme is going to be purple and pink, or purple or pink, whatever. You could really pick anything over here. We're going to go with purple for our color. And what I'm literally going to be doing is looking for a shade of purple that looks good with my logo. Okay. And what I want to do is find what I'm happy with and copy it. Okay. I'm copying this, called the hex code or the color code for this. You're just copying. We're going to paste it later on because I want to always use the same shade of purple everywhere. Okay. So we'll just kind of save that for a little bit, but that's really all that we need to do for the header. Okay. And this is a universal section over here, header, and we'll see some other universal sections like the footer and the color scheme. And in fact, we'll come to the colors right now because we've just copy and pasted the color scheme. Okay, and it's purple. And I'll show you over here, we're not going to want to do this, but take a look at the links and the icons over here. I'll come and paste this in. You see that the colors change, right? Not that visible, right? Because we were already at black. But typically for headings and links, we want to keep that black. We want it to be as readable as possible. Okay, but we have other things like sale price, right? If there was a product that was on sale, we could show purple. No sense of showing red. That's not part of our color scheme, right? We want people to associate our brand with purple, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to choose purple, of course, but whatever you choose is going to be the first thing that people start associating your brand with, color. It's the easiest thing to make a brand association. So of course we're going to want to have that in there. Now I really like changing my primary button color to my main color. Okay, this is going to be more apparent on the product page, but we want to have our buttons being purple. You see down here, it changes to purple. Okay, we could change secondary labels and borders. We could also make this purple. Really not much on here. We could change the lines over here. Where are the lines at? Form fields, borders, right? We could do the borders purple as well. Image overlays, set the background color to purple, right? Anytime we're using a color, here's borders and lines, right? Anytime we're using a color, we want it to make sense for our color scheme. Okay, simple as that, right? If we have a yellow and red color scheme, then we're going to be setting our buttons to yellow or red, right? It's really simple. And here's that image overlay. In fact, we don't even need this. Just go to none because I already have some image overlays on there, but this is a really easy way to add color to any images that you have. And again, that's going to be kind of what we have here. So we have the colors done. We can come to typography now. And there are lots of different fonts on here. This is Helvetica, one of the more kind of the most normal fonts. I don't like getting fancy with this. I don't like, you know, having weird fonts. You just, a lot of the times you want people to not notice your store, right? You want them to go to your store and not think about, oh, is this store trustworthy? Is this store normal? Is this font normal? You don't want them to think about that, right? You just want them to say, okay, here's a store. I buy things here. Do I like the products? So we don't need to really change anything. You could experiment with other fonts. You see there's a lot of different live previews here for different fonts. Again, I don't really recommend going too crazy with that. Just want everything to be as readable as possible. We have options for the search over here. You know, we could show price in our search results. This really doesn't matter. You can kind of skip this. Social media here is going to basically allow us to integrate the social media links onto our theme. So all you need to do is just simply copy and paste your social media links. Whichever one you paste in there, you're going to see automatically the icons pop up. Right? If you don't have a Twitter, no problem. Just leave it blank and the Twitter icon goes away. So very intuitive, very smart. All you need to do is just post those in there. You should have at least Facebook and Instagram, especially because that's where you're going to be getting the most of your traffic. Fave icon over here, you can come over and actually use your logo here again. You could have a cropped version of it. You can really do whatever you want in terms of this. This is going to show up in this section over here. Again, not something that you really need to stress out too much with. Add to cart notification, right? This is just a check yes or no. I typically like to have that on. It's, you know, not a big deal. Okay, the checkout page is something that's interesting, and we want to come and take a look. So there's a cart page, right? But the cart is different than the checkout. Okay, and that's something to really kind of understand. And a lot of people kind of get this confused with Shopify. Cart is not checkout. Okay, your cart page is going to look just like every other page. It's got your footer, it's got your header and navigation, but the checkout page is going to look different, and we need to set it up basically the same way that we set anything else up. And there's only two things that you can really do. One is going to be add your logo, so of course we're going to add the exact same logo. And then we need to set our colors. Okay, and by default it's going to have a blue color scheme. That's fine if we were using a blue color scheme, but we're not. So we're going to come over here and grab our purple again for accents. For everything. We'll keep errors red because that's just kind of intuitive. All right, but otherwise, we're carrying over as much as we can to the checkout page. It is what it is with Shopify. That's how they run the checkout page. Basically, so you don't have any security issues. So there's only a few things you customize, the logo, and of course the color scheme. Theme style, this doesn't really matter. This is kind of, if you're not going to make any changes, you just want to use something out of the box, which we're not going to do. So come back over here to home page, and we still have a very boring site. But we're kind of getting there, right? We're starting to establish our brand feeling. And what we're going to do is simply come down here and edit all the sections. Now, let me first say, you can delete or add any section you want, right? There's the add section here, right? Let's say I don't want to do a product gallery down here, okay? Just come over here, and I could literally just come over here and click remove section. Okay, it's gone. I don't want to have testimonials either. I'll go and remove section. Okay, and of course we're just saving, you know, as we kind of go on just to make sure everything's good, just in case something happens. Coming up here, we already did the header. Let's just move down and we'll do the image with overlay text. Okay, we're going to come over here and select an image. And I got images like these from unsplash.com. If you take a look at this link over here, let's go unsplash.com. Okay, and you type in your niche, and you get high resolution images here. These are commercial and basically commercial free, meaning you can use these even for e-commerce stores. Typically, you're going to want horizontal based images like the ones I have here. They're going to fit into the theme. So what am I doing? I'm grabbing one of the ones that I like the most, and I am dragging this over to upload it. It's going to automatically size itself into here, and we will select that image. See that it is different alignments that we can play with depending on what is actually in your image. Full width or fixed width. I always like going full width. Change the height of this as well if you don't want it to be that big. And then of course we have a headline and text. So there's a couple of reasons that we want to fill this out. Obviously, first of all, it's just normal. Like I said before, we want to have a normal looking site. But this is also important for search engine optimization. So you're going to make sure you put your niche here. And I'm going to say something like perfect site for cat lovers. And I'm just kind of making this up right now. Probably want to think a little bit about that and give a good headline. But the idea here is to put your niche, right? Cat lovers. If you're selling a specific product, you could even mention that. But this is going to be a drop shipping store. We'll have a lot of different products. So we're kind of just crossing everything off here. But again, little introductory thing goes right on top. You can play around this. It could be whatever you want. Okay, any text you want on there just gets put right on there. And something actually important to note, if we come over here, we could take a look at different implementations of the site. And it's always important to take a look at how it's going to look on mobile. Okay, 80 to 85% of your traffic is going to come from mobile from social media. So if you're doing Facebook ads, Instagram ads, they're going to be coming on mobile. You may want to make sure your site looks good. And you see how this kind of aligns nicely. It's a little bit different. Right here it's a square. Here it's a very, very wide rectangle. So you want to make sure you're looking at both to make sure that these look good. It's the same content on both, but it's going to be sized a little bit differently. Okay, over here, this would be a perfect section for a little about us text, right? Or let's say you're thinking, well, I don't have anything good to say. Okay, no problem. Just delete it. Okay, you don't need to have that. Over here, we have little content areas. This is going to be a good section for maybe blog posts or maybe icons about the brand. Right, and again, we have full ability to add and remove sections, right? That's why we want to have a logo list, right? We can go ahead and select that, and we'd have something that looks like this, where, of course, we'd be able to add in logos, right? You don't need to overcomplicate the homepage, and I do think a very big thing about the homepage is selling product. So you're going to see, I'm actually going to remove a bunch of sections. I want to get to selling product ASAP. So I've got my little branding, my introductory, my banner, which is just normal, and then, again, I'm going right to it. I'm starting to sell product. So I'm going to show featured collection. Right, and you could pick which collection you want. Right now we don't have any. Right, but you could pick what collection of products you want, so you have full control over what's going to show on the homepage. Okay, we have another banner image down here. Okay, we come over here and just grab another image, and we put this over here. Okay, and we could change this. Put more marketing language here. Right, we don't need to have a subtext if we don't want, right? And again, what is the point of the look and feel of this site? For cat lovers to immediately know they're in the right place. Well, we tell them they are, we show them, we have cat-related products here, we show them again, right? This is all about putting them in that mindset to say, this is a great place for me to become a customer. Okay, and I'm going to come over here, add a section. Okay, we could do a collection list, right? Literally just different, collections are basically just categories, right? Different categories inside of Shopify, so we could add that in there, right? And of course, we can go ahead and pick which collection. We don't have any right now, so there's not going to be anything in there. Come over here, and there's all these different areas that we can come over here. We can have an individual featured product, right? It's going to actually show the featured product, and we don't have any. We'll add product later on, and it will automatically update. So when we have collections and we have categories, those will show over here. When we have a featured product, we'll be able to select the product and show over here. No code or anything like that, right? It's all of these sections, right? And let's say you want to add in a section for, you know, a sale or a promotion, or it's the holidays, or it's your anniversary, and you want to do something else. You can literally just, you change everything. You can just change it back. Or you want to do a weekend-only flash sale? Okay, do this. Flash sale, 24 hours, right? You have full control, right? And you never need to hire a developer. You don't need to call someone up or email them and say, hey, can you make this change to the website? You just do it yourself. Okay, come down here, taking a look at the footer. We always want to have newsletter, right? And there's different content that we could add here. We could literally just add text, like a about us text. We could add different menus and links. You see over here the footer navigation, which is typical. We definitely want to have our payment icons. See if I uncheck these, they go away, right? But we see our payment icons. We absolutely want to have that. Okay, and really what we're doing is just kind of, again, keeping the color scheme consistent and building out the customization. Now, in reality, what did we even customize here? We kind of just deleted some sections, we added some sections, and we added a logo, we set our colors, and we added some free stock imagery, right? This is not rocket science to get a great site look, a site over here, right? It's really not. Okay, we don't care about the password page, right? If you notice here also, all of these pages, they're driven off of the same template. Right, you see the logo up here and the footer down here with the color scheme that we've set. Right, they're all set like that. And I actually meant to uncheck this box. Homepage only, we want to uncheck this box. We want the announcement bar to be on every page. Okay, now you're going to say, okay, well, how come I don't see any products? Well, there literally aren't any products right now. Okay, now you'll see the announcement bar up here. There are no products over here, so I'm going to exit out over here, and I'm just going to go to products real quick. And this is just literally just to basically show the product page. I'm just going to create a test product, I'm just going to use a random image over here as the product image. This doesn't matter. Okay, none of this matters. We just want to publish the actual product so it shows up in store. Okay, now we'll come back over here, online store, themes, and we're going to come back to customize theme. Okay, so we'll come over here. Now we can come to our featured product, and again, just for example's sake, we can go and find the product. It didn't load yet. There it is, test. So I put that in there, and it's got the product image, right? This is, you know, obviously it'll be a bit more realistic, and we'll add product in a second, but I just wanted to show you how this actually fills up. All right, so we'd be able to have it in the featured product as well. It's the only product, but, you know, eventually we'll have our products over here. And come take a look over here. This is what the site did look like, you know, a couple minutes ago. Now we have a pretty nice site. Of course, it's still, you know, very kind of basic and blank. We only have a stupid test product in there, but it's pretty, you know, pretty branded. And I forgot to save it. We'll see the product over here, but it's pretty nicely branded, right? And I think, you know, if again, the idea is that we're trying to build an environment where people who love cats say, hey, I'm in the right place. I think we did a pretty good job of that. It really only took about 15 minutes. Right, and sure, I've built a couple thousand stores already, but you know, you get the point. This isn't going to take you days upon days, right? You can get a store live, you know, watch this video and you can get this, a store live the same day. So let's continue customizing. Now we can come over here. We have product page available to us now because we actually have a sample product. Okay, and what we want to do is, you know, we have the header, but really this is just universal, right? This is universal from the header that we set. So is the footer. Right, we've already set the header and footer. So really we have a couple different sections here. We go into product pages first, and we'll want to show the quantity selector. You'll see that this will allow quantity to come up. You could click vendor or not. Really no point of showing vendor in my opinion. Dynamic checkout button, I actually turned this off, mostly because I want this button to be solid purple. Okay, and show social sharing buttons, totally up to you if you want to have that on. See, we have image zoom on here. Could uncheck this. Really depends on the type of imagery you have. If it's not high quality imagery, you don't necessarily want to have image zoom on. And of course, we'd have a better image. This is just a random image that I added on here as we're going through this. So we'll save that out. Really not much that we can do on this page. We have product recommendations over here. Basically dynamic recommendations. Going to be a related product section down here. We only have one product in the store, so we can't show that. But you know, once we have multiple products in the store, of course, that will show up. Okay. So we can come back over here to products. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit better. Give a little bit better image that is at least square, so it fits into the theme. This is a sample product description. Okay. I think this also says inventory is 0. We'll just uncheck track quantity. You're not going to have to worry about any of this stuff because when you do dropshipping products, they basically get sent over with all the correct information already. So we'll come back over here and we will see a little bit different look and feel, right? Just a little bit more realistic to what it should look like. And of course, you know, we can also go inside the catalog, which is going to list all products, and take a look at that. Right, we can set our quantities and add to cart. We see our cart page over here. Right, with our little product image. Again, all this is just built out of the box, right? All these payment integrations, all that stuff just works with Shopify. You don't need to set that up or anything like that. You don't need to code it in. You don't need to install any apps. It just straight up works. Okay, so we'll come back over here. We'll just do a little bit more customizing of the theme and get this looking a little bit better. We'll come over here, featured collection. Just do the homepage collection. That allows us to literally have a collection of homepage items, meaning any product we add to the homepage collection will show up over here. So I'll come back over here. I'll add another product. Let's call this second test product. Okay, we'll add another image here. And you see under collections, we have the homepage collection. Okay, now over here under collections, we can go ahead and organize our collections. We could add new collections. We could delete collections, all that great stuff. But we're just putting that over here. Okay, we're saving this out there. We'll make sure that we uncheck this box. We can set a price here. How about 500 bucks? And now we'll come back to our store, take a reload, and we'll see our products. Got to set this to active. And that will now show both products on the featured collection. Whoops. Did this go yet? Let's see. So we want to come back over here to online store. We want to go to themes. Okay, just taking a second to update. So there it is. There's our second test product. Come down over here. Here's our featured product. Right, our catalog page is going to have all of our products, just automatically gets added. Really not much that you need to do. Right, really not much that you need to do in terms of looking at everything, in terms of customizing it. All right, the collection list, we can come over here. We'll select the homepage collection. We can go back out here and create new collections. These would just be other categories. For example, you could make something like, how about gadgets? And, oh, whoops. Come over here, manual. Okay, and we can create another collection. How about gifts? And then we can come into any product and we can categorize or put that product into any of these collections. So I'm going to put these over here. I'll come back over here and I will select. Okay, I'll come back here. Let's see if it grabbed it yet. Okay, so sometimes it takes a couple seconds to kind of grab the new collections as I'm moving pretty quickly through here. Whoops. So, okay. Still not showing them. But it takes a couple seconds. There you go. So we'll put gift here, and now we'll pick this last one, and we'll do gadgets. Okay. And it's grabbing an image based on whatever products are in there. Right? And we just happen to pick the same, so I'll just change. I'll remove this from the gadgets. And I will put the other product in there. Again, this is just example's sake, just to show you how the theme kind of builds itself with really very little customization from us. So again, it'll take a couple seconds to load out there. But let me put this through. We have different collections. You see the image automatically changes based on what's inside the collection. Links directly into the collection of gadgets. Here's our all products again. And here's our product page, where we have all of the correct information here. So really powerful in terms of kind of just taking a look at how the theme builds itself. Really, you know, kind of fully inclusive. We have the add to cart functionality already. Again, this is not something that you need to code in there. It just works out of the box. That's the whole point about Shopify. So, you know, you could kind of nitpick all these little settings and, you know, test every different color in the world and blah, blah, blah. But really, for the most part, what we want to have is a consistent top to bottom color scheme. And something that screams out, hey, this is the niche that we're in, and if you like this niche, you're in the right place. Currently, this store has an online password, basically just blocking anyone from seeing it. You'll be able to disable that password once you sign up for Shopify and actually pick a plan. So you just need to pick a plan. This will not end your trial, right? If you have 14 days on your trial, it will still go. You just need to select a plan in order to actually get that live. So not much else you need to do in terms of the look and feel. Right, we've really controlled almost all of the different pages that you could imagine over here. Again, all the way going to the cart, catalog, and it's all set up through the kind of theme editor now. So now I want to come over here, we'll go to pages. Okay, and there's a bunch of different pages that you can set up. I'm going to show you how to build just a couple of them and how to add them to your navigation. So of course we want to have a contact us. And here's a cool thing about every theme. They have a template called page.contact. And if we select that, we don't need to do anything else. We can take a look at this page, and it's already got the contact form in there. So now we can come over here to our navigation, and you see we have two different menus, our main menu and our footer menu. If you don't know which one is which, literally just look at it. Footer menu has search on it. Well, okay. This menu doesn't have search on it, and this menu does. So this menu must be the footer one, and this menu must be the main menu. So we'll come over to the main menu, and we'll add a menu item. We'll come over here to pages, and it will show contact us. We'll add that in there, and we'll save that app. Okay, we'll come back over here to pages. Let's add another page. Do FAQs, right? It will want to fill this in, and we save that. Come over here, literally has the option to add it to the store's navigations. We'll come right back over here to main menu. I'm going to come over here, go to pages. Right, I'm moving so fast that it didn't even load the page yet, but it will take a second. Okay, there it is. FAQs, we'll add that. I like having contact us last, so moving FAQs up over there. You can even build drop-down menus in this as well. So really powerful. Come over here, take a look at our updated navigation. Come over here to our Contact Us page. Come over here to our FAQ page. And you can do that for any page that you want. About Us, different policy pages like return policy, terms of service, privacy policy, which are all required. So building pages, very easy. Now let's talk about domains. I'm not going to go ahead and buy a domain because it's just an example, but we absolutely will never promote our domain to be cat-dropshipping-webinar-store.myshopify.com. Very ugly, very untrustworthy. All right, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to buy classyfeline.com. Okay, and you can literally buy it right through here. Okay, literally just come over here, Classy Feline, see if it's available. Unavailable. Okay, so I'm glad this kind of came up. You have other extensions over here. I don't really like that. Take the name Classy Feline and then add store to it. That's available. Add brand to it. That's available. Add co to it. That's available. Add shop to it, right? You get the point. Find some variation so you can get the .com. Okay, now if you're a nonprofit, get the .org. That's okay. Otherwise, you're getting a .com. Okay, again, I'm not going to buy this domain, but once you buy it, it just automatically switches for you, and then you'll just be able to promote classyfelinebrand.com. But this is, you know, a massive requirement. Right? This is not an option. You can never go live with this. Is just no one will buy from you. Okay, moving forward over here into preferences. Just a couple things that we really want to call attention to here. So up here, this is the actual page title you see up top. Over here, literally what the title will become, and we'll put something like, how about Classy Feline, the ultimate store for cat lovers. And here's a little description. This is more so for SEO. When you Google something, for example, the title shows up here, and then the meta description shows up over here. So that's what we're entering over here. Classy Feline is a we don't want to say new, is a massive online store that is built for one sole purpose, the best online store for cat lovers. Okay, this is more important. We want to have our keywords in here, right? This is more important for SEO. This is much less important. Social sharing image. If someone shares classyfelinebrand.com on Facebook or social, this will be the image that automatically pops up. You could change this image if you had something that was, you know, maybe more, you know, designy. I kind of like how this looks though. Over here, these are two very important sections. I'm not going to walk through them here just because they take a little bit of time, but we absolutely need to do both. Number one, Google Analytics. Copy and pasting our Google Analytics code. This is just, you know, you absolutely need to have Google Analytics. It's totally free. They show you instructions on how to set this up if you want to go over it and click on this. But basically, you're copying and pasting your Google Analytics code that you get from Analytics when you sign up. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Facebook Pixel. Okay, you can learn more about the Facebook Pixel, but basically, if you're doing any type of advertising, if you want to do any type of ads on Facebook or Instagram, you need to have the Facebook Pixel installed. It's only going to make your life a lot easier. Come over here, save before they go over here, but basically, this is going to send us over into Facebook and make the connection between our store and Facebook. And a couple of steps to do here, but we want to add that as a sales channel and go through that setup. Like I said, the Facebook Pixel, super required. The Google Analytics code, in my opinion, very, very required. So just spend the time to get those set up for sure, because they're just incredibly important. So that's kind of it for the online store section over here. We'll talk more about the apps when we get into you know, drop shipping. There are a few more things that you'll want to take a look at over here. You can go through these separately to make sure that they're all set up properly with your own information over here for general. Over here, plans and permissions. Of course, you need to pick a plan for your store. Legal pages, we come over here. We like to auto-generate these. So you see we can go create from template, create from template, create from template, and we'll save those. We also want to add those to our footer navigation. That's pretty important as well, right? Remember, coming over here to online store navigation, here's our footer menu, and we'll be able to add the, where are they at? The policy pages. All right, so we'll want to add all three of those. And really, these are kind of requirements from a lot of the different advertising networks, like Facebook ads, for example, requires you to have your policies on any page that you're advertising. So we just have this to kind of cover our butts, right? Just a little requirement. Payments, we want to come through over here, and there are a couple things that we need to do. We want to click Complete Account Setup. This is if you're using Shopify Payments. We also want to, of course, click Complete Account Setup if we're doing PayPal. And by the way, you should be doing both. Right? If you're from a country that doesn't support Shopify Payments or PayPal, you know, just get as many payment methods as you can from these two. Right? But ideally, you're doing Shopify Payments and PayPal. Okay, you want both. You also want to be sure to set up the taxes. This is probably set up automatically for you based on the state that you register if you're in the United States. And then, of course, shipping. You're going to manage your shipping costs. A lot of times if you're drop shipping, shipping is included in your price, but you can still charge the customer a fair shipping rate and increase your margin. So you can set up your different shipping rates over there. So really only a matter of minutes, definitely not even an hour or even close to that. And we have a fully set up, ready to go store, and I really like the branding on it to where I'd be comfortable running ads to a site that looks like this. Of course, we need to add product, right? We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about adding dropship products, finding our dropship suppliers, who do I work with, the good ones, blah, blah, blah. But just in terms of theme setup, right? Less than an hour of work, closer to a half hour of work, and we have a fully branded store, right? Now, you could imagine removing these stupid sample products and having a cat necklace and cat toys and cat apparel and all this different cat related items. So not only are the banners and the colors and the logos and the domain name screaming cats, but now you have unique cat products as well. Right, so we're very, we're moving along here. Again, the store didn't even exist before this webinar. And we're getting towards the point where, we have something that's nice and branded, and we need to get some product in here. Now we need to add a drop shipping app into our store, and this is all about picking the right drop shipping supplier. Right now, when you think about drop shipping, you don't have any products. You're not buying product up front. You're not shipping out product. You don't have a warehouse or anything like that. So your drop shipping partner is basically an entire reflection of your entire brand. If you want people to feel good about your brand, you need to pick a good drop shipping supplier. That's very important. Right? And a lot of people talk about AliExpress and the headaches about using AliExpress. I don't use AliExpress. I use Fulfill Empire. And if you've been in the dropshipping game for a while, you definitely know about Fulfill Empire. They're probably the #1 most trusted dropshipping supplier in the game. And there's a lot of different things that they do well, but #1 is that they have 100% automatic integration between their app and Shopify. So that means any product in their catalog you could add to your store, but more importantly, anytime an order comes into your store, it's going to immediately be sent out to Fulfill Empire. So what the customer buys, how many they buy, the variant information, the shipping information, all that gets sent automatically to Fulfill Empire. And then they go ahead and actually do the hard part, right? They source the product, they package it, they ship it, and they even send the tracking number to the customer on your behalf. So we're going to add Fulfill Empire to our Shopify store. So we're back on our classy feline Shopify store, and we want to add Fulfill Empire. So we're going to head on over to empire.justincenter.com. You see the link up here. And this is going to bring you to Fulfill Empire, and you can come up here, log in, or actually register for an account first, totally free. And you can read more about what they do, but I'm just going to really show you everything. And once you log in, and this is just a new account here just to kind of show you the what you're going to see. Once you created a free account, log in, you're going to be sent to your dashboard or your home page, and you need to authorize Shopify. Okay, basically what that means is we're going to make the connection between Fulfill Empire and Shopify. This is that automatic connection that basically enables you to do nothing except add product to the store. They do all the rest of the work. Right? So it's coming over here, just a couple things you need to fill in here. Store name, and this is asking for the quote-unquote ugly URL, right? The .myshopify.com. So regardless of what domain you get, we still want to come up here. We're just going to copy, this is what they call the Shopify username. And we're going to take this and we're simply going to copy it. Come back over here and paste that in. Okay, we don't want the My Shopify at the end because it's already over here. So just your store username. Shop status is going to be normal, right? We could disable, but there's really no reason here. Delivery address, this will get synced up after we make the authorization, but this is just going to be basically if you have multiple addresses, which do you want to have shown as your kind of delivery address for just labels that they print. Really not a big deal. What's happening here is basically we're going to give permission for this app, they call it the ERP, to connect to your store. So we're going to come over here and click install, and this is going to make the connection. Again, this costs nothing. It's a free app. It doesn't cost you any money at all. There's no monthly fee or anything like that. We're simply making the connection here, and basically it's done, right? We just need to click the return and close. It's going to do it for us, and it's going to add the connection in multiple places. First of all, we're going to install the Fulfill Empire app in our Shopify store, but more importantly, we now have our Cat Dropshipping webinar store, or whatever your store name, will be shown right over here. Okay, so now we can come back over here, take a look at the settings, of course, and everything will be updated. But if we take a look at our Shopify store now, come over here to apps, and we reload this page, we now see the ERP app over here as well. Okay, so now we've made the connection, which means Shopify and Fulfill Empire can talk to each other in code, right? They're going to basically be sending code through what's called an API. You don't even need to worry about that. But just the technical kind of behind the scenes, right? Product information can be sent from Fulfill Empire into Shopify, and order information can be sent from Shopify into Fulfill Empire. And eventually, we'll start to see all of the different details of the orders, right? Tracking numbers, billing, orders from the store, all the different products, right? We'll see everything in our dashboard here. This is our Fulfill Empire, or our dropshipping dashboard, and this is our Shopify admin. I wanted to at least spend a minute to compare Fulfill Empire to AliExpress, because a lot of you have probably heard about AliExpress and probably some negative things about it. Fulfill Empire just absolutely crushes AliExpress. In my opinion, there's really no comparison. And first of all, it's better pricing. AliExpress charges their sellers to list, and they also charge a fee per sale. So basically, it's going to be more expensive for you, the buyer on AliExpress, to get from those suppliers, because they need to price in the listing fee and basically the sales fee that they're going to have to pay AliExpress. So better pricing means more profit in your pocket. We're going to be able to deal with the same products. In fact, a lot of times we'll use AliExpress as a means to search out our products, do some product research, because they just have millions of products on there. Any product on AliExpress or DHgate or any of these marketplaces, they are accessible through Fulfill Empire. So literally millions of products and more from all the different marketplaces. So you're not just stuck with what's on AliExpress. Faster shipping, this is probably the number one reason why people have been using Fulfill, right? They ship over 10,000 packages a day, and their facility is located right next to one of the biggest shipping companies in China. So I think it's called Yun Express, and they're basically going to have first on the plane priority in terms of shipping. So this is going to get your packages out ASAP, which means happier customers, which means more repeat customers. And for the people that have been doing this for a long time, great customer service, this is a big reason why people look for companies like Fulfill Empire. There really is no good customer service with AliExpress. Everything is so fragmented. It's just a marketplace of sellers. It's kind of like eBay. Here you're getting, a dedicated account manager, a dropshipping company that is solely dedicated to fulfilling products for your Shopify store. And there's just more options in general. A lot of different tracked shipping options. There's actually no shipping option that doesn't have tracking. So that's really great for you as a store owner. You get a dedicated service manager, better pricing, better packaging, no monthly fees. Like I said, anyone who's been in the game for a while has at least considered using Fulfill Empire, and definitely, looking to ditch AliExpress as quickly as they can. Next up on the agenda, we need to add products. And this is super simple now that we already have Fulfill Empire installed. So we have the dropshipping app installed. Now we simply need to just find products. And there's two different ways to do that with Fulfill Empire. They know that AliExpress is super popular and easy to use, so they basically integrated with that. You could copy and paste any AliExpress URL into the Fulfill Empire AliExpress section, and they'll automatically create a product for you. Any product that's on AliExpress, they could source. Now, let's say you want to use a different marketplace, or you just find a different product completely. You could just email them, and they'll be able to add that product manually, so you could dropship any product in the world. It doesn't matter. As long as they could source it, they could dropship it. But they do have AliExpress just to make it super easy, and that's what I'm going to show you over here. And in terms of product research, you could browse AliExpress.com, or you could take a look. This is a really good tool over here, shark.justincener.com. It's called AliShark, and it's a product research tool. But I've already found a couple of great products I want to show you, and of course they're in the cat niche. I actually found these using the AliShark tool. And basically this is a cat toy, right? Just a couple different versions of a cat toy here. It's a USB charging one, so it's kind of cool. It makes like some movements of the, in this case, the tail. It's just a basic cat toy, right? Something that we would obviously want to have in our cat-related dropshipping store. Over here is another cat toy, just kind of different style here. I like the fact that it comes with an image, because we'll be able, a video, because we'll be able to import that over. and another video over here. Nice high quality cat bed, right? And some really good price points, obviously, that we can make a lot of money on. But don't worry about it being AliExpress or anything like that. We're going to just use this to get these products into the system. So I have the AliExpress URLs here. I'm just literally going to copy them. And I'm going to bring over Fulfill in the AliExpress product section. And I'm simply going to paste them in. And it says collecting, acquired successfully. Basically what it's doing is turning these AliExpress links, right? We literally just saw them over here. Turning those products into products that are integrated with Fulfill Empire and we'll be able to send over into our store. So we'll come over here and click preview products, and I have a couple products that I've just been messing around with in this sample store, but you see the ones that I just showed you. Here's that bed, here's the stick toy, and here is the the moving fish toy. Okay, and here's just one I was playing with earlier. Now these are not published in our store yet. If we were to come over here to our store, they wouldn't be shown in our products yet. What we need to do is edit them. Okay, so you see over here, waiting for publish. Come over here, and we could publish, but we need to change some details. So we'll come over here and click edit, and you're going to see that it carries over things directly from AliExpress. So it's got the title, it's got some product information, it's got some nice product imagery. It brings over all of the product images over here as well. So very, very easy. All right, this is going to get sent directly over to our cat dropshipping webinar store. We could use the title here, or we could do something ourselves. I'm actually going to brand it. Classy Feline Ultra Classy Cat Bed, right? Why can I call it that? Because I want to. There's no brand, there's no tag, there's no anything like that. This is a great strategy to kind of add some branding to your store. You just rename the title and give it your brand. You have to enter one of these. This really doesn't matter. You can get specific in that if you're really kind of tracking SKUs, but most people don't. There's a lot of stuff that you want to remove here. Right? We don't need to have all this, but we do want to have the images here. And of course, we can customize this to exactly what we want. We can remove any image and say we don't want this big image over here. We could just delete that over here, and literally we could delete anything that we want. Right? This is just kind of brought in over from AliExpress. Right? We're not going to want to show the facilities over there, but again, it's just things that are brought over from AliExpress. And now we have a lot of images in here. We can go ahead and add in a product description. Right, you see the full editor over here. We can bold stuff and change the fonts and all that good stuff. But I'm just going to keep this as is for now, just kind of showing you the process. Compare at price, we don't even need to do this, but this would be something like if you wanted to show a retail price and then cross it out. Over here are the images, right? Here are all the images, and here are the images that are getting added or published to the product. You want to take a quick look through here. We don't want to have any duplicates. We don't want to have any weird stuff, so we could just remove those. We could also upload our own images if we wanted to create our own images. One pink, one gray. Set the price here. How about we go, and in fact we could set the price for all of them at the same time. Batch set. Auto create a SKU. We could select an image. We could either upload one or we can grab it from the product, right? Here, whoops. Here's pink. And here is, where's the gray? Here's the gray. Okay, and if we just scroll past everything else, just kind of take another look. We got our title. We have the store where you're going to be sending it to. We created a SKU. We have a product description. I'll just put this in here just for the sake of showing it. We'll put a compare at price. We have images here. We've selected the variants that we want. We've set our pricing. We've set the SKUs for each variant. We set the image, and that's all that we need to do. All that's left is pressing save or save and publish, which is what I'm going to press, because we want to send this product directly to our Shopify store. And a couple seconds later, come back over here into our Shopify store, go to products, and you see this exact product has been sent over, the Classy Feline Ultra Classy Cat Bed, which is exactly the same as what we sent over from Fulfill Empire, right? Again, they could talk directly back and forth, Fulfill and Shopify. So from Fulfill, we took this product and we sent it over into Shopify. And just like any other product, you could edit the details in here. You could rearrange the images. You could change the description. You could delete stuff. You could add stuff. You could have all the formatting. You could change the product title if you want. You could really pretty much do anything. You could change the pricing and all that great stuff. And this product we'll now want to categorize, put in collections. And just for example's sake, I'll just put it in homepage and the gadgets collection. And if you remember what we were doing inside of our online store, there were a couple of different sections that would fill up once we had actual products. Of course, we were just using demo products. So I'm going to come over here and update something, come over here for the featured product, and I will change this product into our actual featured product. It should be shown up here as well in a couple different categories, and we'll add a couple more products from Fulfill Empire, doing the exact same process, right? We'll come over here. We've already added some from AliExpress, but let's say we found more. We could, of course, just copy and paste. If we found them from other sites, we could just email the Fulfill Empire team. They'll be able to add any product that they can source. But we added this one over here. We could take a look at these other ones. For example, these cat toys, and the process would be the same. We'd go in here, we'd edit the details, and then we'll publish. So I'll do that real quick, pause the video, and then show you the result. So I added the other two products from Fulfill Empire. I deleted the test products, and I categorized the products. I set them into collections, and you'll see the updated homepage now, the updated store, looking really good. Got our color scheme, got our cat-related logo, banners, our cat text, and then of course we get right into our products. We have our featured collection, right? These are all added directly through the Fulfill Empire backend. We have more branding. We have our collection list. You see that the images just fill the background automatically. We have our featured product, right? We have the different variants. You see that the images switch as we switch the color. And of course, we go back to our footer. We can go to any collection page now. We go to the home page collection. We see the different settings or the different products here. You see the sale buttons automatic. You see that they come up in purple because we set that color. Come over here and take a look at the actual product. Just have a sample product description. And you also see our related products show up automatically. So really everything is looking as we need it to look. It's looking nice and trustworthy, branded, which is the most important part, right? Top to bottom, everyone knows that this is a cat store. Right, we have our contact us page, we have our FAQ page, we could add any other pages that we want. We have our policy pages down here that we auto-generated. And we have a really nice looking site that really did not exist just a little bit over an hour ago. And this is really, you know, a great example of how powerful this business is. And sure, it might take you a little bit longer than an hour to do this. But right now, this is a fully functional, fully branded niche e-commerce store with the ability to have thousands or tens of thousands of different cat products from all the different areas that you could source from using Fulfill Empire. You literally have everything you need to start your own store. I literally showed you every single portion of it step by step in this video, and go back and watch this a couple hundred times if you have to. It doesn't matter. Just remember that money loves speed. I always love saying that. And basically this means don't just congratulate yourself for watching the video, right? You learned this great new way to make money online. Great. Go ahead and actually do something about it. Go ahead and start your store. You have no excuse at this point. I literally showed you every single portion. I built a store in just about an hour showing you every single step. Go ahead and do that yourself. Pick a great niche. Pick a great store and jump into this business, because dropshipping with Shopify, it's super hot and it's a really great business model. If you ever want my help, or if you want to work directly with me, if you want to get mentored by me for all things e-commerce, then please check out my 2021 e-commerce mentor program. And you see the link on the screen right now. It's camp.justinscener.com. And it's really built on two main components. Number one is going to be the direct access you get, the coaching and mentoring you get directly from me. So as soon as you sign up, you're going to get direct access to me. You get access to a members only private group, and I'm in there all day long answering questions. It's really me. It's not a bot or an assistant or anything like that. I'm in there all day long, personally answering all your questions, providing support, motivation, really just kind of being there so you can go through the course, the videos that I'll talk about in a second, and say, okay, I need some clarification on this, or am I going in the right direction, or does my store look good, or are these good products, right? Direct access to me, which is, in my opinion, the most important part of the entire mentoring program. So you have that access to me in terms of clarifying and continuing on with the strategies that you're going to learn in the other part. That's where you get the video training. And this is broken down into a lot of different courses. There are literally hundreds of training videos inside of my mentor program. And of course, you have the Dropship Bootcamp. It's going to teach you everything you need to know and more about dropshipping, really expanding on what we talked about today. That's really just kind of getting set up. I'm going to show you how to run the business correctly, how to generate traffic, how to find products. And it's going to be the same for each of these boot camps. You have the Dropship Bootcamp, you have Facebook Ads Bootcamp, and teach you all about Facebook ads, Print on Demand, which is another business model, Instagram influencers, ClickFunnels, and there's a lot more training videos in there as well. You're going to learn everything that you need to know about making money online. That's what the mentor program is all about. So you combine the videos with the direct access to me, and that's why I always say this is not just another course. This is a complete e-commerce mentorship. So please take a look at the link. I'd love to work directly with you. I know I could help you a lot. as you kind of jump into this business, grow your business, and build your own business in the e-commerce world. So I hope to talk to you soon. But either way, I really hope you jump into drop shipping. I hope this video helps you make a lot of money, and I'll talk to you real soon.